Welcome. I couldn't help it. I was like, fuck.
Horror movies, mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Welcome back, terrestrials, to the Quarantine Movie Reviews. In this episode, we're tackling the Baytown Outlaws. So this movie's just about vigilante killers that are on the payroll of the town sheriff. They're in the deep south where racism and apparently whatever type of road street gang can run free, essentially. So let's kick it off with our book reports here.
We have a new system.
We do have a new system. We're going to try and stay on topic a little bit better. So, who was your favorite character?
My favorite character in this movie, there's a small part with a nurse in the back of a van. There's a small part in the back of a van with a nurse. And I feel that the nurse was was that character that you can cling on to because she's the only one through the whole film that actually had sense. Jacob, who is your favorite character?
So Jerry's not a part of the show anymore.
Who was your
fucking
show,
hour and a
Steve?
half movie, and she picked the 2-minute nurse. All right. So my favorite character is all the fucking brothers. There's 3 brothers. They're shitty rednecks. They're racist. They're not cool, but they're badass. There's a giant one that can't talk, so he uses a speak and spell. And there's one that's basically illiterate, and then there's one that's got half a brain, but he wears a Confederate flag tank top the entire movie.
Yeah. And that brings us to our next topic. Jacob, what was your show breaker? What was the character or the thing in the movie that you just went, what the fuck?
So, in this movie, they hit a house. They hit the wrong house. They kill a bunch of drug dealers by accident, but it catches the attention of the ATF. I did not like the ATF agent. He was young. He was a prick. He was like a suit, and he was just kind of snarky and just. I didn't like the guy. He did not bring anything to the movie. So yeah, I didn't like him. All right, so who is your showstopper?
Well, first of all, I don't have any particular character that was my show breaker or my character breaker in this. There was just a couple things that I felt were kind of missed opportunities. One, you had Billy Bob Thornton, and he stayed at a nice little house the whole time through the movie. Never once do our heroes and our main villain, meet other than a fraction of a second, and he gets knocked out pretty quickly. Another thing is you have like all these little mini characters, all these like little mini bosses through the movie and stuff. The guy from Napoleon Dynamite shows up and he's like a badass and stuff, but we're only introduced to him for like a minute. You have this one gang of biker chicks in it for a minute. You have the gang of like Mad Max characters and stuff.
Road pirates.
Yeah, road pirates in it for a minute. Another thing that on the showbreaker is the stereotypes after a while. Like, this is Fox News for 4 years, and it's just, I'm guarantee everybody in the South don't come fucking chicken fried steak gravy. Fucking, but that's what it felt like after a while. Jacob.
So my favorite scene in this movie is when the brothers are driving their busted car and they're battling it out with the road pirates. They drive by a set of cops on the side of the road, and the cop flips the switch, turns on the sirens, and the other cop flips it off and goes,
Yeah.
hell no, no sir. And that's it. It's so funny because you're damn right. I'm not dealing with that. If I was that cop and I saw that, like, machine guns and shotguns being shot between 2 cars, one's an armored tank, like it's an armored bread truck, basically. No, I'm not dealing with that. Nope, I'll report it, but I'm not chasing those guys. Fuck that. Because they're liable to both turn on you. So, yeah, that was probably my favorite moment.
Yeah. Mine, I only have one wrote down, but I wanted to mention two real quick. One, obviously, is the nurse. I mentioned most of that. But
I think you just like how hot she was.
Oh, no. I thought she was just a well-portrayed character.
No.
But the second one I really want to talk about, there's a gas station stop where the younger of the brothers and their bounty, they're kidnapped. They kidnapped a kid and stuff. He's in a wheelchair permanently, and but there's like this bonding moment where one of my favorite lines in the movie is he's like, "I learned long ago that if you open things in the store, you have to pay for them," and I'm just like, everybody knows that. I knew that when I was like 2.
The next topic is notable effects in this movie. I don't really think that there's notable effects. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. They're out in the they're out on the roads. There's no like CGI set or anything like that. So, do you have anything?
Yeah, I do. All the gun props, they felt really good. Yeah. So, when there's a shotgun going off, you can get the sense, even though they tried to do a long distance shot with a shotgun
there's a couple times that didn't make sense.
And there's a really good effect when they crash into the house, where you have to get a car through a house and stuff, and that's not easy to do with just.
Well, they ran through like patio doors.
Yeah,
like they didn't run through brick, but they ran through like the back French doors or something. So, yeah, okay.
I mean, stunt double work.
Right.
You have a guy, especially driving, because a lot of those cars, when they're doing the high speed chase with the guys on
the Road Pirates, Jared.
The Road Pirates.
There you go.
That's good. Stunt work, which I will take as an effect.
Okay,
because
that's fair. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So my next thing is cinematography. Anything hit you for cinematography?
Yeah, you see that? Was it not fucking yellow? This whole movie felt yellow to me. Like, it was yellow. Did you notice that?
No.
There was one part I was watching it, and the younger brother, okay, his face was yellow tinted. I think they do that to say hot and south, because I've seen a couple of movies where, but they was tinted, and the color of his face was the same as the roof behind him. I was just like, man, someone just needs.
You mean the sun shined on his face and the roof at the same time?
I'm saying that someone put the color correction on the edit when they were editing this in iMovie.
I don't think anybody edited this movie.
Yeah, it's just home footage. But no, they did.
This was a documentary. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But all right, meat and potatoes, Jacob.
I think that it was mostly meat for me. It was just a shit ton of action, and there were a few potatoes here, but it was just to push the story for more meat. Like, it was just action, 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 a little story, action, action. I mean, in the first 3 minutes of the movie, they've killed a house full of gangbangers. You know what I mean? It doesn't start like, oh, in this town, or they don't introduce these characters. Like, it's just boom right to it. And
yeah,
I think that's one of the things that attracted me to this movie, was because for an action movie, I don't want a lot of setup. I just want action. If I'm gonna sit down and watch an action movie, that's what I want.
Yeah,
and I think it gave it to me. So, what do you think?
Yeah, it's meat. It's definitely meat. Might give you worms, but it's meat. It's an action movie, and it doesn't just fill you up with potato. There is good flavor in the meat and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I got to rewatch this movie. Okay.
See, when Jerry doesn't pick the movie, he becomes extremely critical of the movie. So he won't allow himself to enjoy a movie because it wasn't his idea. Did you get your money's worth?
I'm gonna say no. I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe. All right. I wrote down no, but now thinking and talking it over and stuff. Maybe I just watched this at the wrong time of day. Would you buy? Did you get your money's worth?
Yeah, I own a copy of this. I like it.
You own it?
Yeah.
Like a physical?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like this movie.
Sal. I need to rewatch this movie, and that's in my opinion. Like what a sell.
All right, how many stars are you giving this thing?
I am gonna give it 2.5.
This motherfucker.
No, I'll give it 3 because
don't change your answer on the fact that.
Well, we have been talking about it, and when I wrote it and stuff, it does. But it is kind of like okay, yeah, like I didn't write down the one scene at the gas station where they totally killed that guy and stuff.
Yeah, they killed the shit out of that guy.
Yeah, but I need to go back and rewatch this. But I'll give it 3 stars.
Here's the fun thing, people. He never will. I'll give it 3 stars as well. It's not it's not on par. It's not as high up as Hellride is, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Suburban Sasquatch, Lamageddon. All right, guys, that's Baytown Outlaws. Check it out. Obviously, there's a difference of opinion here. So if you've seen it, let us know. It's very important because there's obviously a discrepancy here. Settle it for us. Was it a good movie? Was it not? Let us know what you thought in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and we'll see you next week. Bye.